Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.
We're really looking forward to seeing what two-night rodeos will bring, and then we've got Tom Cochran with Barney Bentel to start Stampede on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night rodeos, and then Saturday we've got the doubleheader with the afternoon rodeo, and then Johnny Reed with Morgan Kleiber in the evening. So it's a great lineup, and we're really excited to see how well it's received by the city.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Bernie Leahy, River Street Realty. Let's get you home. You know, when I was a little boy, there was two things that would get me excited: Christmas and the Medicine Hat Exhibition and Stampede. Well, Christmas is gone now, but the Exhibition and Stampede is still to come. And Ryan McCracken from the Medicine Hat Exhibition and Stampede joins us today. Marketing and sponsorship, or sponsorship and marketing. I think I mixed it up, but that's
one way or the other. They're both the same.
That's on your little business card.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about the endless summer. That's, I think, what your umbrella is.
That's right,
for 2025, and we're about 6 months out. So how's things going?
Good, yeah. Well, thanks for having me in here today, and congrats on all the success you guys have been having. We just launched our ticket sales about an hour ago, so we're pretty excited about that. And with Endless Summer, we try and pick a theme for each year. Last year it was Spirit Untamed. This year we wanted to go something a little bit different. And focus a little bit more on all of the other things that are happening at the Stampede, some of the non-Western things, while still incorporating all of that. So we went with Endless Summer because we felt it kind of encapsulates, rodeo, midway, the free entertainment with the agility dogs, and having a nice cold drink, just relaxing in the summer. It kind of has all of that under the same umbrella.
Yeah, it is something that we look forward to every year in Medicine Hat, and I noticed this year you've got the Endless Summer poster, but you brought in a bunch of other posters too for the events. Is that something you're trying differently? Because I always remember the big one that the Stampede always put out.
Yeah, so Endless Summer, we've got a bunch of the big 16 by 24 posters coming from Boylan's, and we have smaller posters for all of our other events. I took over in this role in about 2.5 years ago now, and I took over the graphic design, so I started designing our posters, and I kind of took it upon myself to create sort of a unified branding with all of the different posters that we have throughout the year, so they'll have the same font, same sort of similar structure and style. And it creates something a little bit more identifiable and something that our committees can be, a little bit more excited and proud of.
Yeah. How many committees do you have?
It's in the 30s.
30 committees?
Yeah.
So a lot of volunteers.
A lot, yeah, and we always need more. We have committees from, the ones that you would expect from, rodeo, night show, all the way down to our youth committee, 50/50s, all sort, everything you could think of. We've got a committee for it, and all of them are volunteer driven.
And how do people volunteer if they want to get involved?
Well, you can give us a shout by calling us at 403-527-1234 or dropping by the Stampede office. We've also got an application form on our website at mhstampede.com. And we are going to be hosting, I don't know the exact term we've decided on for it, but essentially like a volunteer information night where you can come out. There will be representatives from every committee, and you can talk to them about, what volunteering with that particular committee would entail, because there will be different roles within every single committee, and they'll all be a little bit different from committee to committee as well.
Okay. Let's look at some of the events that you've got. Now, you previously announced the night shows back in December. 2 night shows this year instead of 3.
Yeah, and we're really excited about that. It gives us a little bit more to play with in terms of getting a bigger act in on those 2 acts as opposed to 3, and it allows us to move to 2 night rodeos. So in the past, we've had our Thursday rodeo at 5 p.m., reaching a little bit farther back, I'm sure we've had it quite a bit earlier than that in the past too. We've had it as an afternoon rodeo, and I mean, Obviously, attendance is going to reflect that time when people have to work until 4 or 5, 6 o'clock. So by pushing that Thursday rodeo back to 8, we're really expecting a much bigger crowd. And that Friday rodeo, not just, I mean, it always brings out a huge crowd, but not just that. It brings out a much different atmosphere than an afternoon rodeo or a 5 o'clock rodeo. It's a lot more intense, sort of an electric atmosphere, and we're really looking forward to seeing what two-night rodeos will bring. And then we've got, Tom Cochran with Barney Bentel to start Stampede on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night rodeos, and then Saturday we've got the doubleheader with the afternoon rodeo, and then Johnny Reed with Morgan Kleiber in the evening. So it's a great lineup, and we're really, really excited to see how well it's received by the city.
I am sure, as one who sat in the booth behind the chutes for years, moving it into the evening when you're in the shade, that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of the nicer things too about that Friday rodeo. The Saturday one, I mean, it's great to have a matinee rodeo, but it is hot. It gets to be a scorcher. I mean, we were really lucky this past summer. We had a nice kind of overcast. I don't think it really touched 30 for more than an hour the whole week, and that was after a pretty big heat wave. So it worked out really well for us. But yeah, in previous years, that Saturday can be a scorcher.
Yeah, it can. Let's start off with April now. The first event, the big event, is the Bronx and Honky Tonks Rodeo.
Yeah, so it's back for another year. We're having it on April 10th to 12th this year, so a little bit earlier in April, and it's nothing particularly new there. All the same staples are returning, all the same events. We'll have the Dance in the Dirt after Friday and Saturday's rodeos, which I know a lot of people are a huge fan of, and we have our VIP patio returning for a third year. That's been really well received in the past, and tickets for all of that is on sale now. And yeah, like we're just really looking forward to seeing what sort of talent we're gonna have at that rodeo. I think the biggest thing with our spring rodeo is that you're right on top of the action anywhere that you're sitting. There's no nosebleed in the field house.
No.
There's only like 1,200-1,300 seats, and so I mean you're sitting close enough that you're not going to find another rodeo experience in Alberta that's that high caliber and where you can sit that close to the action.
What's the phrase they used to use? Up close and personal.
Yeah.
You'll be able to shake hands with the bull rider.
Yeah, you might get some dirt in your lap.
Yeah. Well, that's part of getting down in the dirt.
Yeah.
Then we move into June with an event that is always well attended and always looked forward to, and that is the World Professional Chuck Wagon Races.
Yeah, we're thrilled to be working with the WPCA again, and this year too, same with last year, we have the Cypress Farm and Ranch Show taking place over in the Cypress Center. So that was a new event that we got in last year. It's a rental to our facilities, but it works really well in conjunction with Chuck Wagons. So you can come and make a day of it. You can spend the afternoon over in the Cypress Farm and Ranch Show, and then come evening you can pop over to the grandstand and watch the world's best Chuck Wagon races.
We always hope that we're going to get good weather for that, but for some reason, that's when Mother Nature decides to rain.
Mean, I remember, or smoke. Last year it was smoke.
Forest fire.
2 years ago it was hail. We got hail. I think it was the Friday night, and they ran through it. And I remember there was a couple riders that took a couple off the head, and it was pretty big hail. Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that week in June though, but I recall when I used to cover rodeo, covering a rodeo in St. Albert, and it was always about that same time, and they finally just waved the white flag and just started calling it the Rainmaker Rodeo.
I like that.
They just took a knee and went with it, and it was different to watch the cowboys in the mud. But,
it is, yeah. It's definitely a spectacle. Even that hail was just, I mean, if you were there, I mean, everybody kind of retreated back under the cover of the grandstand, but nobody went inside. Everybody wanted to see them still racing it because it was really something.
And we'll keep our fingers crossed that we do get good sunny weather for that.
Yeah, obviously, for sure.
Of course, we've talked about the summer rodeo already, which will be beginning on the 23rd, I believe. Yeah. So,
one other thing to mention about this year's summer rodeo is we've got a new event in wild pony races.
Oh.
So our committee chair, Neil Sidlicki, has brought that one in this year. He's really thrilled about it. I've yet to see it, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what entails wild pony races. But yeah, he's really looking forward to it, and it should be another great addition to the event.
Well, you used to have the old wild horse race, which was chaos.
Yeah.
You had three people trying to corral a wild bronco, get some kind of control on it, get a saddle on it, and ride over the line. And it was hilarious.
Yeah, I believe it is something along those lines, but a smaller scale
version.
of it. Yeah.
Start small and we'll work our way back up again. Cars and Guitars in August.
Yeah, third year we're having it on our grounds. So we've got the car show 10 to 4 in the morning, afternoon, and with beer garden running. And then in the evening we've got a Jimmy Buffett tribute concert with a band called Volcano, and then we have the Half Cats, a local band, opening for them as well. So we're really looking forward to that. Jimmy Buffett comes with a lot of opportunity for theming the venue and drinks and all that sort of stuff. So we're really looking forward to really making an event out of that. And I mean, everybody knows at least a couple of Jimmy Buffett songs, so there's a reason for everybody to come out to that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. And the automobiles, classic cars?
Yeah, so we work with the Cypress Rod and Custom Car Club for that show. And so, yeah, classic cars, trucks, I mean, you name it. We on a good year we'll have 300 to 400 vehicles out in the grandstand parking area, and they'll be there all day. We've got a pinup show or a pinup contest, a bunch of other contests, games, that sort of stuff. So it's a great afternoon, an even better evening with the concert, and we're thrilled to be working with the Cypress Rod and Custom Club for that.
And then August the 15th and 16th, the Indian Relay Racing. I think is this the second year or third year?
This will be the third year, yeah. So we brought this in 2024. It is an incredible sport. If you haven't seen it, we really encourage you to come out and see it. So for those who don't know what it's about, you have teams with 3 horses and 1 rider. So it's a 3-lap race, and they switch horses at the end of every lap. And they ride bareback. And they leap off of one horse and grab the other and just get on as fast as they can. And so it creates for a pretty riveting experience because, down in the pits, the exchanges can be pretty hectic, and no lead is safe when you have to get off of a horse and jump onto the next one with no saddle or stirrups or anything. So it is a really exciting sport, and we try and make it sort of a cultural experience too. Mm-hmm. We have Indigenous cultural dancing and drumming. We have an Indigenous artisan market in the grandstand that runs alongside the races. And last year we introduced a teepee village outside where we had bannock making and beading. And so we're always looking to expand on that side of it and make it more of a learning experience as well as something that you can just come out and enjoy. And for us, even just putting the event on and working with the organizers and the teams, it's been a learning experience for us too. Because when we got it, I hadn't heard of the sport, and I think that was a lot of the city, right? And so that was our bigger obstacle in that first year, was getting people to know what they were going to be coming out to see. And our attendance numbers just almost doubled from 2024 to 2025. And I think a big part of that is just the word of mouth of people, having the benefit of knowing what it is and telling their friends. And we expect it to grow even more this summer.
A gotta see event.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it is really something. The athleticism, the ability to move from one horse to the other as fast as they do. When they pull off a slick transition, it is really something to see, and when they don't, it's something to see too. So
and that'll be August the 15th and 16th, so that's Friday, Saturday?
It's a Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Yeah, so the Saturday one, I believe the races start at 6, and then the Sunday, I believe it's at 2. Okay. But all of that information will be on our website at mhstampede.com.
Okay. And tickets for all of these are on sale now?
Every single event, yeah.
All right. I wanted to look at some of the events that make up the Stampede in July, though. We don't want to miss them because they are an integral part of the show. The All Breed Horse Show usually starts things off about the middle of January.
Yeah, that's a big event for us, and a lot of people take it very seriously. And so we're always thrilled to be putting that event on. And it's a great way to kind of warm up the grandstand and the grounds, and it's a nice thing to have running while we're setting everything up too. So we always look forward to that, and it should be a great year for it.
And the Better Living displays.
Yeah, Better Living, visual arts. We've got a lot of sort of smaller, more expo type stuff. That the exhibition side of it for sure. So Better Living, visual arts. We really try and promote the local talent that we have here, from artistry, whether it's photography, painting, sketching, to rug making, canning. There's all sorts of different events, and it's great to see just how much the community comes out for those particular events.
Yeah, and it's a matter of pride too. When you get a ribbon, I don't know if they judge some of this still.
They do, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. You get your ribbon. A small prize. I don't know exactly what it would be per thing, but yeah, people take that seriously too, and there's a lot of pride involved, and even just having it displayed, I think there's some pride that's attached with that as well.
I can still remember, I'm maybe in a box somewhere, I have a ribbon for my grade 6 social studies work. So,
right on.
Yeah, no, I remember what that felt like. It was pretty good. Country in the City, that's another one too that helps explain our agricultural life to people who just think their groceries come from Safeways.
Absolutely. It's a huge part of our summer fair. We have it right in front of the south entrance there in the paid parking lot. And we work, with the UFA and Safety Buzz and Big Marble and a bunch of other local sponsors that we have to really put together a great show and a learning experience, an interactive learning experience that, people of all ages can really come together and enjoy and take something away from, whether it's sheep shearing or just looking at breeding chicks and all of that, all the stuff that comes with the farm to table experience. We try and kind of cover all of it in Country in the City.
And the free stage is always something that people enjoy. Yeah,
we try and create a mix of old favorites with something a little bit new. I haven't seen the full lineup for this summer yet. We typically will get that in about a month or so. But I mean, the regular favorites I'm sure will be back. The dogs will be a big part of it. I know everybody always loves coming out to see the dogs, myself included. And last year we had pig racing. That was the new one that we brought in, and that was a pretty cute thing that we had just out front of the office in front of Pioneer Village there. And so I'm not sure if that one's coming back this year, but as soon as I know, the city will know too.
Okay. You also have the royalty every year. I don't know if we have any information on that contest yet. Yep.
So they're gearing up right now. They're getting out there and meeting with sponsors and hanging up their posters as well. So they hold Royalty Boot Camp in April. I don't have the date off the top of my head, but it's on our website. And so that's an opportunity for people who are aspiring to take on a rodeo royalty position to come out and see, what the application process entails, what it's going to be like in that competition, and to work with the current Queen and Princess a little bit in sort of shaping that path ahead. And then come July, once we have our contestants in place, I believe the applications are open through April. And then we have our horsemanship, speech night, our banquet, and then obviously the crowning on Friday night's rodeo.
Okay. Something else that goes hand in hand with the Medicine Hat Exhibition Stampede is the rodeo parade on Thursday.
Yeah, always an exciting event, and we've had some changes to it in terms of our route in the past couple of years because of construction going on downtown and all that sort of stuff. But we really liked the River Road that we used these past 2 years. We found it gave a lot of green space to sit on and enjoy the parade, and sort of a nice spot with the river in the background to see everything. We love putting that on. I personally don't always get to see it because we've got our President's Luncheon there, and so we're busy setting up for that. But I know we're always thrilled to see just how much the city comes out, how many different groups and businesses take part in it.
Yeah, that's always a big one because you see people leaving their chairs out the night before.
Oh, yeah.
So that they have their spot, and there are people who have been watching the parade at the same spot for years and years and years. It's a family tradition.
Yeah, and we're not sure what the route's going to be this year, but we hope it is as close to the same as it as always is, so that people can keep those same spots.
There's one more favorite I have at the Medicine Hat Exhibition Stampede, and that starts in May with the Farmers Market. We haven't talked about that.
No, yeah. So a huge event for us. Runs every Saturday from May through October, and putting aside Stampede Week is the only time that it doesn't run, but Doreen puts that on in the Stampede office, and she does a fantastic job with it. And I know we have vendors coming back year after year after year. And so we've got that going through October. And then we have, of course, the Christmas Farmers Market. And then our with our Old Time Christmas, we have the Fair Market there as well. So we have some offerings throughout the year. And it's a great place to come out and do some shopping on the weekend.
And also you have the Pioneer Village, a place where people can wander through and get a feel for yesterday.
Yeah, during Stampede Week, it's a great place to go explore. It's where we hold our Kiddies Day events, which is a children's-focused Friday afternoon event with prizes, scavenger hunts, bouncy castles, all that fun stuff. And then during the year, I want to say last year, we introduced something called Big Marble Community Classroom Learning. Mm-hmm. So we have schools from around the city, and they'll come out and spend a couple of days in Pioneer Village, essentially learning what life was like back then in a hands-on experience. So we have a committee that will host teachers for a night who will come in and learn essentially how to teach in each building. And then the teachers will bring their students in, and the teachers are able to conduct the lessons themselves in Pioneer Village. It's been really well received. It's great to see hundreds of kids exploring that place during the week. And it'll be kicking back off here in May, and we're really looking forward to getting kids back in those buildings.
Never a dull moment at the Medicine Hat Exhibition Stampede.
No, we are more than just the 1 week event. That's sure. We've always got something cooking, and I mean this is our quietest time, and we're still pretty busy right now. So
I'm glad you were able to make time for a visit to the porch.
Well, I super appreciate you guys having me, and I guess the other one that we haven't mentioned would be our Monday kickoff Summer Jam.
Oh, Summer, yeah. That's right. Yes.
So we're always thrilled about this. So we just released our lineup. I know one of the, somewhat new. We've got dueling pianos with Jared Brake and Tyler Cassat. Mahoney's going to be hosting for their 13th year. Pre-show with Derek Hintz. I don't want to try and rattle off all the bands right now because I know I'll forget one, but that's available on our Facebook and on our tickets website and all that good stuff. It's a huge showcase for local music in this community. People always come out to support it. We're thrilled to put it on. Morgan Kleiber's not going to be playing it this year, but we have a good reason for it. So she'll be playing Saturday night to welcome Johnny Reed. So it's going to be a fantastic week.
Well, we're looking forward to it, Ryan. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.